day everyone. We are Group 5. My members are going to discuss about the benefits of different genres of literature to language. But first, I'm going to tell you about the meaning of each genre. Poetry, literature work in which special intensity is given to the expression of feelings and ideas by the use of distinctive style and rhyme. Rhyme, poems, collective or as a genre of literature. Short story, a story with a fully developed, significantly shorter and less elaborate than a novel. Drama. Drama is the specific mode of fiction represented in performance, a play, opera, ballet, etc. Perform is a theater or radio or television. The term drama comes from a Greek word meaning action. And the last is novel. Novel, a fictitious prose narrative of book length, typically representing character and action with some degree of realism.
Hi, I'm Diarish B. Montaliano from BEd 3A. Now, I will tackle to you the benefit of using poetry to language teaching. Now, I will be giving you the advantages of teaching different genres of literature. And we proceed to the use of poetry in teaching language. Poetry is a significant genre for teaching and learning language skills. There are some benefits of teaching poetry from language learning can be counted as follows. Number 1. Providing learners with different viewpoints towards language application. Because a poet might use slangs and jargons in order to make his poetry more meaningful. In this way, learner catches a different viewpoint towards language by going beyond the known uses. Number 2. Motivating the learners for personal interpretation and explanations. A poetry always have hidden meaning which are never expressed clearly. In order to grasp the original meaning, the reader has to explore more, and poetry triggers the unmotivated reader to find out what is inside. By reading a single verse, almost every person out of the 10 would come up with a different interpretation about a poetry. Number 3. Evoking emotions and ideas in both heart and mind. Whenever readers reads a piece of poetry and gets its original idea, they start to find associations between the words and their own life, and when reader is able to do that, he or she will generate emotional responses. Thus, poetry evokes feelings in the heart and mind. And the last, number 4, making the learner familiar with figures of speech, metaphors, similar, etc. The reading poetry makes the reader able to identify the different figures of speech used in it, for example, metaphor, personification, simile, imagery, and irony, and of course, etc. that counted the figures of speech as they are the part of daily language. Now, according to Koboko 2001, a poetry is a encouraging and interesting exercise with the elements of rhythm conveying love and appreciations for the sounds and power of language. Thus, it can be noted that the learners become familiar with aspects such as stress, pitch, juncture, and intonations of the foreign language through reading a poetry. In addition, it should be noted the different types of poetry, such as epic, lyric, ballad, sonnet, and etc. It can be used in foreign language teaching using a different types of poetry. It is helps to the learners become a familiar with different kinds of language application as well as a different poetic styles. Now, this is the last part of our lesson about the benefits of using poetry to language teaching. This is the general study of signs and symbols and their function in a language, and these elements are perfectly learned by poetry. In poetry, nothing is a clear as it is said. There are always some different meanings, and to portray those different images, there is a need to signify and signified with or which are used by poets in poetry. That's all for today. Thank you so much for listening.
Have a precious day. Allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Juela Menjola, and today I'm going to share about the benefits of using short stories to language teaching. Using short stories in language teaching can be seen as a significant genre for teaching language. From Sage 1987, the benefits of using short stories to language teaching is that short stories mirror and illuminate human lives. Because in short stories, characters play authentically as individuals do in their daily life. And from Article S 2001 stated and indicated 5 advantages of using short stories in foreign language classes. Those are the following. For briefly explanation of these advantages is that the application of short fiction is very influential in foreign language classrooms. Another brief explanation of these advantages is from Sage 1987. He said that short stories, like other genres of literature, develop the cognitive analytical ability of the human.
Young people fall in love with the wrong people sometimes. Some mistakes get made, that's alright, that's okay. You can think that you're...
Drama. Drama is an enriched source for teaching language. By using the drama, the learners can learn the application of language. Drama can raise the learners' awareness towards the target language and culture. The instructors can use drama to promote the learners' comprehension of life experience, according to Sarikoban 2004. The advantages of drama, as Leonor observes, are as follows.
Stimulating the imagination and promoting creative thinking.
Second is developing critical thinking ability.
Heightening influential listening skills. Increasing the learner's empathy and awareness.
Reinforcing positive concept.
Providing the instructors with a fresh perspective when teaching. Developing creativity, originality, sensitivity, flexibility, coordination or cooperation, and of course, communication skills. Helping the learners develop their level of competence with respect to the receptive and productive skills. Helping the learners develop new opinions and thoughts. Use of drama can be a very influential way in communication-based language teaching. Authentically, drama helps the learners develop their of the verbal as well as non-verbal features of the target language.
It's me and you now. I'm waiting, think I wanna make that move.
Good day everyone, I am Gisil F. Osiman and I am going to discuss the benefits of using novel to language teaching. Using novel for learning a foreign language can have the following benefits. Number 1. Developing the learner's knowledge about different cultures, traditions, societies, and people. Number 2. Offering real-life-like setting. Number 3. Giving the learners the chance to use their creativity. Number 4. Improving critical thinking ability. Number 5. Stimulating the learner's imagination. Number 6. Developing both oral and written language. When selecting a novels for teaching language, the instructor should consider whether the novel has an interesting story that motivates the entire class. Moreover, characters, themes, and setting of a novel should be considered in selecting a novel. Particularly the themes, ideas, motive, and concept that are developed in language classes should also exist in the novel. Using an appropriate novel raises motivation and interest of the learners. Although some learners may think reading novels is studious and boring, it can be an influential tool for developing reading comprehension skills and building vocabulary. In fact, reading novels border the learner's horizon and make them aware of other cultures and also develop their intercultural communication skills. And that's all